I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the Manchester Arena. I'm joined by Frank Warren, who's finally made it to Manchester. Of course, we heard your back's not been great, so sorry to hear that. Frank, how are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, all good, thank you. Well, there's a meeting on Monday, and I think that'll be it one way or another, and hopefully we can get it over the line.
When you say there's a meeting between your son George and people from Matcham?
There's a meeting with with the broadcasters, so we'll see what happens then.
Okay, we shall see. But regardless, George said that Tyson will box on December 3rd in the UK.
Whatever happens, he's fighting. And the facts of life is that, Tyson and ourselves, in some ways, we've bent over backwards to make this happen. I mean, everything they wanted, they've got. It's 60-40 split. The rematch clause, if that goes the wrong way, 50-50. And they wanted to go in December, so we moved from the 12th of November to December. And all the issues regarding finances, we told them they can be party to every single contract. They can be party to the budgets and everything. Because we're trying to make it happen. We are really trying to make this happen. So now we've got to sort out the situation with Dazn. And we'll see where we go with that.
Frank, from what you're telling me, it sounds like Tyson's telling you just give them what they want. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's how much he wants to fight. So if he wants to fight, then we've got to make it happen, and that's what we're doing.
Is he running out of patience a little bit, Tyson?
Absolutely he is, absolutely. He's in training, and we're only 9 weeks away, so we can't be dragging this out. And I read some of this stuff where people say, it's this contract, what do you expect to happen in a week? Well, I expect it to be done. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not like a 20 or 50-page agreement. It's a pretty standard agreement.
If it does get done next week, let's say, is that enough time to promote the fight for December 3rd? Yeah,
it sells anyway. It sells. But, we're also looking at plan B. If they're out, and I get that horrible feeling sometimes, I hope I'm wrong, that it's just a game. But I hope that's not going to be the case. And if he is out, then we've got to move on quickly.
Why do you say that? That it's a game, perhaps?
Well, because there was a load of enthusiasm to start, and it I felt it waned a little bit. Maybe that's me being pessimistic, which is not like me.
What was the response in terms of the first contract that was sent?
Well, there was issues in there, there were things in there they didn't like, and we went through it, or George went through it with them, and I think most of them have all been sorted out. It's not an issue for us, because it's 60-40, so if it makes 100 quid, you're getting 40 quid, and here's all the backup documentation, and you sign off on things along with us, our side.
You're saying in terms of sponsorships for the fight, everything, they'll be party to that in the contract?
Every single thing.
Okay, that's enough on that. What is the situation, what's happened with Joshua Buatsi and Buatsi-Pascal? We know that fight's not going to happen now.
Tell me. I mean, it's 2 purse bids that we've been involved with him, and he's pulled out of both of them. I don't know why gets in. Why do they put him in the purse bids? It's a nuts. Everyone keeps talking about making these things happen and, certain fights. Here's another one. They pulled out of 2 now.
Okay, the reasoning they gave for that was that they asked for VADA testing to be done, and Buatsi-Pascal's team didn't meet the deadline for that to be in the contract.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know the ins and outs of that, and I don't agree with that, because whatever needs to be done comes under the IBF, yeah? So it's got to be fought under their rules. That's what you enter into. So whatever the IBF say is what it is. You can't go making up the rules as you go along. And if that says that there's VADA in the IBF, then that's how it has to be, whatever the drug testing is.
Okay, get your reaction to Zach Parker and Demetrius Andrade happening again. Is Demetrius going to go through this?
We won that first bid. I doubt it.
You don't think you could?
Well, no, but we'll go to the next available and we go from there. I think that's John Ryder. So let's make it. It's another one. Let's get it on. Let's make it. There's no excuses for these things not to happen. I think Andrade will pull out, my opinion. But if he doesn't, then we've got a great fight. He's pulled out already of a purse bid that we won before. So this time round, if he's out, then it'll be John Ryder is the next one in line, I believe. So if he's the next one in line, it's not. And the other side keep talking about they want to make these fights happen. Let's make them happen.
From a British point of view, that's a bigger fight for the British fans.
I love it. I mean, I love the fight. I think it's a real competitive fight between them all.
Frank, will Anthony Yard feature on that Zach Parker undercard?
He will fight in November, yeah.
And Daniel Dubois, are we going to get some news soon?
Well, we're working on a couple of things, and I'm hoping. I think we've got a meeting, there's a meeting being arranged for early next week, and we'll go through it.
Frank, thank you for your time. We'll have a reaction to tonight's main event.
It's a happy one for me, especially for Joe Joyce.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.